Hi, this is Derek. A quick video. I'm a big fan of late night talk shows. I think it's just this perfect blend of entertainment where it mixes stand up, current events, sketches, interviews, and of course, great music. And just recently, a giant in that field, a legend, David Letterman. He recently retired. He had his last show, and I caught up on some of his final broadcasts. So I want to do a video on that real quick. There were many, many summers I spent with Dave. Since it was summer, no school, I could stay up late, watch all the talk shows and stuff. And he was definitely, a much welcome and needed kind of mischievous presence. He's, a little shit disturber, which I really liked. His brand of humor is quite unique compared to some other talk show hosts who I'm fans of as well. But in particular, I think his interviews were always the best because he wasn't afraid to get a little provocative, kind of go off the script, so to speak, off the notes, and kind of ask what we really want to know, basically. And he's had so many great and legendary interviews. And watching him in that period, and of course, with the dawn of YouTube, basically, we were able to go back and see some of the older stuff too, some of the classic moments that maybe we wouldn't have got a chance to without this great resource to dig up the vault. Basically, maybe there's some stuff that he'd rather forget, but so many great stuff, like impossible to list. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've watched that clip where Crispin Glover is on his show and he's like trying to roundhouse kick him in the face. In his interview with Madonna, where he's kind of like just taking her to school and calling her out, basically. But it was a funny interview, and so many other stuff. To this day, some people say, "Oh, this person's gone soft." No, I mean, even to the bitter end, he was just this great interviewer. Or like, even if you remember the Justin Bieber interview where he kind of humiliated him too, so many great things in between. You know, I mean, I could do like a whole tribute to his entire legacy, which is just untouched. But I mean, this is more about the final few shows. But I definitely encourage you to take a look at some of the other clips that he's done. I mean, for me, it's like once I start watching, I'm like, oh yeah, I watched this. So, interview with Bill Murray. Siskel and Ebert. I love those interviews and things like that. So I'll put some links below if you want to watch those. But anyway, final few shows, a great string of final broadcasts that he had. Some great guests, like really top-notch kind of guests for this farewell tour, basically. I mean, we had Julia Roberts on the show. He shared a final kiss with Julia Roberts, final little smooch. Oprah on, took a selfie with Oprah. Took a selfie with Tom Hanks too, where Tom Hanks took out like a selfie stick. George Clooney whips out the handcuffs and says, "You're not leaving." And of course, Bill fucking Murray, jumping out of a cake. So great moments, and other kind of walk-ons like Regis Philbin. Also a legend, of course. Al Pacino helped him out with the top 10 list. Norm Macdonald. Everyone kind of getting a little choked up. Like Norm Macdonald was like kind of getting a little weepy, and so is Bill Murray too. Bill Murray runs out into the streets trying to convince everyone to rally with him and keep Dave on. And then of course the very final show where we got a lot of the celebrity regulars. We had like Alec Baldwin, Jerry Seinfeld, Barbara Walters, Tina Fey, Chris Rock, Jim Carrey, and Bill Murray again. He returns. So that was a great final show, and they showed a lot of kind of nostalgic clips. Really, really funny stuff. And at the very end, there was a song by the Foo Fighters, where they showed this really great kind of slideshow, just showing all this stuff that happened all over the years. So it's legendary, and definitely his farewell kind of monologue was great, really heartfelt, really sincere, but not to the point where he's like getting sappy or anything like that, because Dave, he's not the sappy type. He's not the get out the hanky type. So there was a sincerity to it and a gratitude to it that I thought was just class act. So now that he's gone, there's some big shoes to fill, but his legacy will live forever. enough kind words for him, as in pure Dave fashion. I mean, how he put his like, save a little bit for my funeral, please. So there's that. But yeah, just wanted to do this video. Happy retirement. Goodbye, David Letterman, and thanks.